Hello everyone, this is a slightly under the weather Emmy from the Wauconda Area Public Library here with my trusty assistant Blue the Fox. And this week for our Take and Make craft, we will be making this button corn to celebrate harvest time. In your kit for this week, you will receive a little bag of buttons, a small sheet of green paper, a half sheet of yellow paper, and then a half sheet of a background color, and we have a few different options for that. Of your own supplies, you'll need scissors, glue, preferably a wet glue, and a pencil or something to trace out your design on your paper if you feel like you need it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut out our corn. So I'm going to draw an almond shape or kind of like an eye shape for our corn, and I want to have it not fill up the whole sheet so we can still see some of the background color through it, and then I'll go ahead and cut that out. Once we're ready, I'll go ahead and glue that to our background color. If you would like to use a different kind of glue, like a glue stick, for these kind of earlier steps, you definitely could. I'm just using the wet glue because it works a little bit better for the buttons, and I figured I'd use the same glue for the whole project. Now that our corn is in place, we can go ahead and start on our stem. And I usually do kind of a tulip shape, but feel free to interpret the form of corn however you prefer. And once again, I am going to sketch that out and cut it. I suppose if you wanted to get really creative, you could use any of the colors interchangeably as well and do kind of an interesting color schemed corn if you'd like. And now that it's cut out, I will go ahead and glue it in place. Because our template is set, we can go ahead and pick up our most exciting supply, the buttons, and get ready to glue those on. So the buttons are supposed to function like the kernels of the corn, and so we're going to place it over the yellow part in kind of a corn kernel-y pattern. And in your bag of buttons, there will be kind of a wide mix of them, so feel free to get as creative as you'd like. The wooden buttons have patterns on them, and so some of them I faced outwards so you could see the pattern, and some I decided to face the wooden side up to give a little bit of a different look to it. This is why I thought the wet glue would be a little more helpful, just because it holds on to the buttons a little bit better while you're gluing them. With our last button being glued into place, all that we'd have to do from here is wait for our glue to dry, and then our autumnal button corn is ready. Thank you so much for joining me and Mr. Blue the Fox this week, and we can't wait to see you next week for our Thanksgiving craft.